So now I'm selecting the brush tool, and instead of going to the zoom tool over here, I'm using control and space bar and zoom in on this head of the bird or the rooster. And then when I release the control and space bar keys on the keyboard, I jump back to the brush tool again, and without disengaging with the brush tool, I can continue my work. So I complete my painting work over here, and now to go to the other heads of the rooster, I can, instead of selecting the hand tool from here, I can hold on space bar on the keyboard, and it will turn the tool into the hand tool automatically. And then you can pan and release the space bar, and you jump back to the original tool you're working with. And I simply again do my work over here, again hold space bar on the keyboard and pan. But in case if I don't know where to pan, there are so many birds over there, and I can't actually scan the whole image by panning, I can actually hold H key on the keyboard. Hold it and not just hit it, just hold down the H key and click on the image, and you see entire image. You jump to the entire image, and you see the small window or the rectangle, and you can select your region for zooming in back. So I select this region and release the H key from the keyboard, and I zoom in on this head. One more time, I just hold the H key on the keyboard, click on the image, I see the entire image, and I can take my rectangle wherever I want to and release the H key and the mouse, and I zoom on that region. Control 0 to fit that to the screen. So that was a technique. With that, you don't have to select these tools by going to the toolbar ever. At the end, let me give you one more interesting technique of zooming in and out. And for that, go to Edit and go to Preferences. For Mac users, it would be Photoshop and Preferences. Go to Tools and just select the option Zoom with Scroll Wheel. So just select this option on and say OK to this, and now you can use your scroll wheel of the mouse or the mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out. I'm just rolling over the roller on my mouse. So far we were looking at the zoom tool and the hand tool and how to navigate on your image, but that we were doing with only one single image. Let's have a look at how do we do navigation with the multiple images. And for that, I'm going to close down all these images. So you can simply say Control W to close the image. And it will ask you about saving the changes, but I don't want to save any changes because we have not done anything. We're looking at navigation. So I'll say no to this. And again say Control and W to close these images also. You can also click on this cross mark over here, but let's say Control and W and say no to the changes. We don't want to save any changes, and Control and W again, and I come back to the home screen. Why do we need to navigate on multiple images, or why do we need to work on multiple images together? So one reason I'm creating over here, an example I'm creating over here, is I have two images open in Photoshop, belong to same series of images for editorial, but they have very different brightness and contrast or tonal quality. And if I have to work on them for color correction or for retouching or for anything else, I need to see them together and match their tonal quality. So I deliberately have created this scenario. But if you're working with photographs shot by a amateur photographer or not so well trained photographer, and if that photographer keeps on changing his exposure settings on camera very frequently for a same series of images, then you'll have variety of tonal qualities in single series of images, and that will look very bad. Imagine you're surfing a web portal or an e-commerce portal to buy some dresses, and you'll see that all the images on that portal have different tonal qualities, and which will obviously confuse you for the real colors and tones of the dresses you want to buy or the product you want to buy. So so that is one of the examples. There are several different reasons why we need to work on multiple images together, but here is one of these reasons. So in this case, if I have to see these pictures together on the screen, you can go to window and say arrange and say to up vertical. So now I see them clearly together, and I can absolutely observe the tonal quality difference better than consolidate tabs.